So I meant to get some footage of me writing while I was at work, but I forgot to turn the camera on. So none of that. But today is Wednesday, December 18th. As I said, I did lug my laptop and keyboard to work and I wrote. It was heavy. My bag was heavy. I forgot to get this word count here, so I'm gonna do that right now. And then I've got to calculate what I did. Let me put a little asterisk here for when I pick up this chapter. I know where to go back to. So today is day 2 of my second draft for ADKOL, my spicy contemporary throuple romance. I sat down to write at work. I think I got about 200-ish words in chapter 1 when a thought came to me, and it was, why not write the last chapter? I felt like at first I felt like I was struggling to write the first chapter a little bit, and I think it's because I know the first draft so well that attempting to write the second draft was a little like, ugh, why am I doing this kind of thing. But so I decided to work on the final draft, tally up how many words I wrote today. Okay. So I decided to just write the final chapter. And the final chapter actually used to be the bonus chapter that I included for my readers. I included a little bonus chapter in the first draft that is now the epilogue in draft 2, because the epilogue in draft 1, with me redoing everything and fixing the story the way that it's supposed to be within the beat sheet, the previous epilogue isn't going to work. It doesn't work. It doesn't fit there. But the bonus scene that I wrote for draft 1 works better as a epilogue scene for draft 2. And I proved that by sitting down to write, and I wrote 1,681 words. Yeah. I was writing. Okay. I was getting those words out. This thing is loading, so sorry. I don't know why this is bothering me today. But yeah, so I did that. I previously wrote for the bonus chapter. Give me 1 second. This is what happens when I don't cut my videos to be all extra pretty. What extra pretty? Okay, so previously for the bonus chapter, which is the last chapter of the book, it was 658 words. So I have added 1,023 words. And I say added because I went up in my word count. And that's kind of why I took my word count before on what I started this book with, because I want to see what I end with. So I say I started out with, even though these words are not the same, I still kept that bonus chapter, but I tweaked it and the words are a little bit different, but it works a lot better. So after I was able to get the bonus chapter, the epilogue done, which, by the way, the last sentence that I wrote just felt so good. Does that make sense? It felt so good. And the reason it felt so good is because it's a little bit of a callback to what I wrote in that first 200 some odd words in chapter 1, which, obviously I'm going to keep, but I forgot to do something. But yeah, so so the final sentence is, it was perfect. Now, this may not seem like a big deal, but after going through the beat sheet, fitting the story in, figuring out my character, figure out her wants and her needs and her flaws and all of that, I knew some of her flaws, Jade is an overthinker. She is too focused on what the outside world thinks of her, what they see when they look at her. But doing this, I had to dive a little bit deeper into why she feels that way, which I came up why she feels that way, and it's because of her mother. And I realized when I did the first draft, I didn't mention family anywhere. I mentioned her best friend and I mentioned her love interest and her work environment. But I didn't really mention family anywhere in here. But the best friend is mentioned in the in book 3, and the best friend mentions family. So I had to kind of think about what I already wrote for the best friend when I wrote the best friend's point of view. So it was like, okay, that can work into this. So once I figured out that she's this way because of her mom, and that whole it was perfect just makes sense, because it's just her brain is everything just had to be perfect, you know, based off of how she was raised. Everything had to be perfect. And she relied so heavily on what people thought of her. She couldn't do anything if it made her look a certain way to people. And this book, which is, instead of me calling it ADKOL, I'll tell you, it's called A Different Kind of Love. Thruple, you know, so it's called A Different Kind of Love. She has to learn to stop relying so heavily on what everybody else thinks, what the outside world thinks, and accepting that she's never going to be happy as long as she keeps allowing what other people's opinions are to affect her life. So that it was perfect. It just fits so much better, and I feel like it just brought home the end of this book, even though the whole thing isn't written. It just felt like it brought home the end of this book. So with that, I was able to jump back into chapter 1 and complete chapter 1, which at first, like I said, I got about 238 words in before I was like, I'm gonna write the end. So I managed to get 1,588 words written for chapter 1. So that was very good. I thought about bouncing around a little bit more too. Hold on, I gotta get my totals back. I thought about bouncing around. What is that? That's not right. Sorry, guys. I don't know what's going on with this thing. Okay. This is... Okay, that looks better. Yeah, so I thought about bouncing around, but the ending of chapter 1, which let's see if the final line is good to read on here. Okay, yeah, the final line is okay to read on here. So the very final line, not the final paragraph, I'll just do the final line, is I kept my eyes on what I was doing because I didn't want to see all the people who were probably staring at us. So that was the final line, final sentence of chapter 1. And that made me immediately want to jump into chapter 2, which writing chapter 2, I only got to 115 words. And that is because more people started to come into the terminal. So it started to get really loud in there. And it was becoming too much of a distraction because it was getting close to everybody to sign in and, you know, go get on their buses. But while everybody's coming in around this time period, it's like 1 o'clock, everybody's coming in, even though most of them probably don't even have to sign in until like 1:30, 1:35 maybe, but many of them are coming in and are meeting up with their friends and they're talking very loudly. So it was just becoming too much of a distraction that I had to close the laptop, put it away, and call it for the day. And that's it. That is going to be the day because I didn't nap earlier. So I'm going to, like yesterday, I'm going to take an early day because I do have to get up super early in the morning. But that is my update for that. Also, Revealed came. I've already cut it open because, as you guys are aware, I cannot for the life of me rip it open like everybody can. I really can't. So, oh, that worked out perfect. Wow. That worked out so perfectly. Okay, I can't even tell. So if you guys remember, I was having trouble with this cover This is the cover for Revealed. I was having trouble with it because I could not find my document that had the finished product without my name on the bottom. As you guys can see, I was able to print it without my name. I'm wondering if I'm gonna have to redo it and cover my picture up as well, because what I did was I just took a black shape, they have like on Canva, they have shapes. So I uploaded the only file of this that I had that had my name at the bottom, which was not going to work with Amazon KDP because of the barcode. I had that, the name was on it. So I just uploaded that document into Canva and then selected a shape in black because the cover is black, especially on the back of it, it's black. And I just put that over my name. I'm gonna get kind of close. As you guys can see, I was worried that you would be able to tell because I was worried that it was gonna look too dark. Like there's different shades of black. So I was worried that it was gonna look too dark, but as you guys can see, it blends seamlessly. I don't even know, where's my name? I don't even know. So it came out really, really good. Let me check the inside. I think the paper's wrong. So I'm going to have to fix the paper. The paper's wrong. I'm going to lift you guys for a bit because you're balancing on all of my proof copies. Okay. You're a smidge lower. So this was the final proof copy. Yeah, the paper's wrong. So the paper here is cream. Unless my eyes are bothering me today. The paper here is cream, but the paper here is white. Yeah, no, my eyes are not bothering me. I'm tired, so I figured maybe my eyes are a little messed up, but they're not. So I'm gonna have to redo it to get the paper fixed. But other than that, it looks good. It looks good. I was so hoping that it would come out good and that I wouldn't have to order another proof copy because I have 5 proof copies for Power. I also still have 3 copies of, nope, that's wrong, 4 copies of the first edition of Power, 5 copies of the first edition of Revealed, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5. Had to double check that there wasn't another one. No. Am I wrong? No, I am wrong. No, 6. I said CS, didn't I? I said CS. I did. Yeah, I said CS. 6. So I have 6 copies of the first edition of One Shot, Two Shots that was published under my name and not under my pen name. I have no idea what I'm going to do with all of these books. I was trying to toss the idea around of possibly, there's an indie author named Jessica Cage, who her damaged copies, she rips out the pages. I just kind of cringe just thinking about it. But she rips out the pages on her damaged copies and she uses them as packing paper. That's an idea. I thought about maybe doing like copies where I annotate inside of them my thoughts on the story as I go as the author and then selling those. But who wants a book with this on it? Maybe that might fly with the first edition copies, but who wants a book with this on it? Nobody wants that on their bookshelf. So if you guys have any ideas on what to do with this, let me know. I also just realized I forgot to give you guys my count for today. I wrote 3,384 words today. Let me write that down. I just got a wee bit dizzy. So I think I need to get ready to call it a day. I have some background stuff to do, as I often do. Some background work, behind the scenes work. So I'm going to do that and I'm going to call it. So that is going to be it for this video. Sorry if it seemed very rambly. But thank you so much. If you made it this far, please give the video a thumbs up. Leave me a comment below. Let me know what you guys think I should do with all of these extra copies of my books that I have laying around. How can I put these to good use? I don't want to just toss them out. Mr. I knew you were going to do that. I knew you were going to do that. Why do you always have to get in my camera? Hi, sir. Why do you always have to? You want to say hi? Say hi. I'm not hitting you. He is jumping like I abuse him. Wow. The disrespect. The absolute disrespect. Why would you do that on camera like I abuse you? Why would you do that on camera? You just made me seem so abusive, flinching like that. Ow, you're the abusive one biting me. I'm the one that should be flinching because he bites me all the time. Anyways, comment and let me know what you think. And if you don't have that to comment a kitty cat emoji just for letting me know that you made it to the end of the video, and in honor of Mr. Marcellus over there. That's his middle name is Marcellus. Let me know that you watched the video by leaving me an emoji of a cat. And also, I got to do the whole outro. If this is your first time here, hi, my name is Taquana Taylor. I am the author of the paranormal drama series, The Five Sisters. The first 3 books are available right now on Amazon in paperback and in Kindle. Also on Kindle Unlimited. Please give me a subscribe, and I will see you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye.